Hello, welcome back to Rada Mace Beast, and today we're back with Kakenuke Seishun Sparking. Immediate warning, not sure how long I'll record, considering I have to start early again tomorrow, because that's always the case on Saturday these past 2 fucking weeks. Anyways, let's just not bother with that anymore. I headed to the poolside first to find Ritsu there in her swimsuit. Don't hire me. You were planning on bringing me here the whole time, weren't you? Why didn't you say anything? I questioned my little sister.
逆に聞くけど、正直に言ったら兄は来てくれた?
I'd have hightailed it to the library first chance I got.
妹は狙った兄のハートは逃がさない.
Beats opposed to right hand in the shape of a pistol and pointed straight at my chest. She ain't there of all places.
今日一日、私と青春しようぜ. ダキュン、ズキュン、ダキュン.
Whoosh. The dodge she managed to bullet with magnificent backsteps.
こら、逃げないの. おとなしく妹にハートを撃ち抜かれなさい.
No way.
なんで? ほらほら、私水着だよ.
What about it?
胸とか、グッとくるでしょ.
As your brother, I'm moved to tears. Not much in the way of curves. It was depressing, actually. こんなに修正してやる. Before people are asking, yes, I will sadly do her route because apparently that's where the backstory is at. Should seeing my sister in a swimsuit have an effect on me? It's the same swimsuit as last year as that.
何それ? もう妹には飽きたってこと?
That's not what I meant, and you know it. Just trying to make me sound like the bad
ほら、
guy.
当の兄弟、はしゃぎすぎよ.
Oh, I'm getting worked up now, did you hear? I'm cheesy little card. Look at that screen. Just can't help it. Terrible. Beats balled up her fist, winding up for a punch, but Kaido grabbed her arm from behind.
ぴっちゃんは元気ですね.
Sorry.
食事と運動をしっかりしてればきっと大きくなるわよ. 私たちのような体型はこれからです. 今後に期待しましょう. しおりちゃん.
Ritsu wept at the Hiragi's chest.
離れて頑張ろうね. 一緒に頑張ろうね. リツがそう言うなら.
The itty bitty titty committee was formed. Oh hell yeah. We're back at it. Wouldn't I have a part called literally just itty bitty titty committee? Itty. Apparently not, no. Anyways.
Oi! You!
Look towards the voice. Found Shinji hiding underneath the shade of a tree. What's up, Shinji? Come and join us. Call out to him. Shinji crossed his arms into an X. Huh? Why?
水着の女だらけで怖くていけない.
Well, yeah, there would be when you go to a public pool. That was something else. Maybe we could take this opportunity to do something about his aversion to women. Better drag him out to the sun. He might have to do it, but have to do it by force. Hey, Biki, help me drag Shinji over. Huh? Wait, huh? Where's the Biki?
あら、そういえば小日向さんいませんね。私たちより先に更衣室からは出たんですが。ここにいるのわからなかったのかな。スマホは置いてきた上にこの人混みじゃ。 もしかして妙な輩に絡まれたりして。どんどん不安になってきたわ。私、迷子センターに行ってくる。
No, no, please wait. Stop my overly protective senpai in her tracks. Why don't we split up and look for her? Let's meet up back here in 10 minutes regardless of if you find her or not.
はい、わかりました。遠野先輩の指示に従います。私、視力 2.0 だからすぐ見つけられるよ。私が見つけてあげるからね、響。
That goes for you too, Shinji. Look for Hibiki and meet back here in 10 minutes. Caught the Shinji who formed the big O with his arms. Looks like he was on board. Now then, where did my childhood friend wander off to? I walked along the side of the pool in search of Hibiki. Probably the fucking slides. When?
違うわよ。あんたたち、さてはにわかね。グーガの変身ポーズはこうよ。こう。
Never mind.
お姉ちゃんかっけー。
She's just a moron.
ねえねえ、ヤギとやって、ヤギと。
Childhood friend was having an enthusiastic chat with some children about transformation special effects. Wondering what she's doing. That took the wind right out of me. Hey, little losty beaky.
誰が迷子よって言うじゃない。ちょうどよかったわ。グーガの変身ポーズってこうよね。
Like I'd know! Quick back at Hibiki, who had used her long, slender limbs to the fullest to strike a signature pose.
姉ちゃん、その人誰？ねえねえ、ヤギとやって、ヤギと。
These kids were totally unfazed. Noni-chan likes those with all strong convictions.
この人はね、お姉ちゃんの幼馴染よ。幼馴染？
That means we've been together since we were about your age. She crouched down to their eye level as she spoke. They looked between us with an amazement. Talk about cute. Had Hibiki and I known each other for that long?
ユウ、この子たち迷子なんだって。
I see. Same as you then.
私は面倒を見てたの。迷子はこの子たちだけよ。
Well, that's fine then.
じゃあって言うな。
Wouldn't it be best if we took them to the Lost Child Center? Would obviously be out of the question to look for some stranger in this crowd.
すぐ来てくれるかしら。
It'd be pointless to stick around here for no reason.
心配だな。
If you could look at ease, she glanced at the children. She had one expression I'd only seen her make once. The face of the girl that had dragged me out of the darkness. I looked up at the sky. As a result of my fate to not hold again, do you? Hibiki, take these kids to the Lost Child Center. I'll join you and we'll stay with them until the parents show up. A smile rapidly spread across Hibiki's face.
さすが、私の幼馴染ね。
Ow! That's so hard I could. As she slapped me as hard as she could on the bare
兄
back.
ちゃん弱え。
Nah, she's just violent.
誰が乱暴なのよ。グーガハラパンチ。
What kind of superhero punches you in the gut? Narrowly dodged Hibiki's short punch. Her brutal fist hurled to the air.
何を言う。女の子に好き放題言っちゃって。いい？そこの二人も覚えておきなさい。男の子はね、好きな女の子にはわざと意地悪をするものなのよ。
なんだ兄ちゃん、お姉ちゃん好きなのかよ。
No, Hibiki's just a childhood friend, one I can't get rid of.
素直になればいいのに。でしょ？
Hey, Hibiki, don't brainwash innocent children. Brought the children to the Lost Child Center with Hibiki. It wasn't until half an hour later that the children started to get upset and were on the verge of tears. A young man and woman turned up and thanked us. We said goodbye to the children, who were all smiles, and left the Lost Child Center.
よかったわね。すぐ両親見つかって。
Miki and I stuck just our legs into the pool to cool off. Yeah.
何よ、気のない返事ね。嬉しい時は笑いなさいよ。
Hibiki, did you not notice?
Huh?
Those parents earlier probably weren't their real parents.
どういうこと？
When they came to pick them up, they reacted just like I would have back in the day. The The boy went to the mother, the girl to the father. He hadn't gone to both for their attention. I had to bet they had each immediately gone to their real parent for attention. I think those parents were remarried with children from previous marriages. It was what had happened with Ritsu and me. I could tell because we were alike.
また嫌なことを思い出しちゃったの？
Mika's expression grew murky. I shook my head. If anything, that's a good thing Ritsu and I became family. But for Ritsu and my stepfather, I'm sure that would have been much more out of control otherwise. I would have been harassed by those cold-hearted relatives of mine. I was very lucky to have met Ritsu and my stepfather when I did.
Oi! You!
Don't fucking yell at me. Whoa, what is it? She suddenly shouted in my ear.
せっかくの水着美少女幼馴染が隣にいるっていうのに、なんでそんなに暗い顔してうつむいてんのよ。
Don't call yourself gorgeous.
何よ、ユウは私が可愛くないっていうの？
I do think you're cute. I admitted that. She was so cute that I sometimes wondered if it was okay for someone like me to be her childhood friend.
そうなんだ。
I'll get embarrassed by your own question. It's gonna make me embarrassed too.
ああ、もう調子狂うわね。
You're the one who brought it up.
こうなったら勝負よ。
I had no idea what she was talking about. But either way, she had always been competitive. Probably just be an extension of some game.
そこの競技用プールで早く泳げた方の勝ちよ。
Sure, I guess. I wasn't in the mood to lose to a girl.
私が勝ったら。
I'm not joining the active. I warned her up front.
じゃあ、私の水着画像をユウのスマホの待ち受けにして。
Ha?
わざと負けるなんてのはなしよ。
Wait, won't that make me look shady? I wouldn't be able to show my phone screen to anyone. I was asking too much of me.
ユウが勝ったら、あの白い水着をプレゼントするわ。
How is that supposed to be an incentive? This match had practically nothing positive in it for me.
よーい、スタート。
Hey! Vicky jumped into the pool with what was more or less a false start. She doesn't pull any punches when a match is on the line. Still, as much of a handicap would be a piece of cake. Jumped into the pool after her. Spotted Vicky several meters ahead. It was pretty far off. In comparison, I wasn't pumping out as much speed as I'd expected. I wasn't in as good a physical shape as I thought. Crap, I had to do something or I would lose. Oh! Put as much strength as I could muster into my flutter kick. And then, both my legs cramped up hard. No!
やったー、私の勝ち。一番さあユウ、
Oops.
約束通りあんたのスマホの待ち受けはあれいない。小日向先輩。響き、やっと見つけた。心配したんですよ。よかったです。あとはお兄ちゃんだね。
あいつ10分経っても戻ってこねえし、ミイラ取りがミイラになりやがって。
言うならさっきまで私と一緒に泳いでたはずなんだけど。いないじゃない。皆さん、今プールの真ん中で溺れかけている方が遠野先輩に限りなく似ているのですが。似てるんじゃなくてお兄ちゃんだよ。遠野くん。
ユウ、今助けるぞ。
久しぶりのプール楽しかったわね。
Yeah, I nearly drowned and all. Nothing better. On the way home, my legs were still sore, which meant I sat behind Hibiki again on her bike.
でしょ。やっぱみんなで楽しく遊ばないとね。青春を謳歌しなきゃ。
The sarcasm hadn't gone through to her whatsoever. I guess this was Hibiki's style. Youth, huh? All I saw is another negative. Like, yes, let's invite him here so we can get him to lift his mood. Fucking push a competition on him that is just going to stress him more. Fucking raise him. And then claim that him almost drowning was a good day. No. Is the Hibiki hate ever gonna stop? I don't know. I hope so. Like, it feels like every time something positive shows up, it means something negative immediately follows. Like, the biggest positive for her thus far was also not really a positive. It was just that they introduced a, to us, worse character. I mean, I'm still convinced that it's going to be a case of the main character has had to deal with harassment from the other people from her mother's family, but but Nagumi specifically, like On specifically, was not a part of that. If anything, she tried to shield him from that, and is now still trying to like care for him, but she is too awkward about it. It also doesn't help that she knows how he is, so she feels the only way to do it is by using those tricks, which only makes things worse. Now, that is not to say that I think that the whole school reform is just for the purpose of getting him to join the fucking family. I think that is still something that would have happened even if he had joined the family before this. Just because, like, the financial trouble for the school still exists. Anyways. But yeah, I feel like it's gonna eventually come out that the entire situation with his aunt is just because he's been fucking rejecting her too much just because of her relation to his mother and to his other relatives. Like, while she herself would have actually just, like, treated him like family the way Ritsu does. But after just constant fucking, like, rejection from him, she just feels the need to be more aggressive about it because she knows that he will not last if he continues his lifestyle like this.
You, 何か言った?
Why is everyone so fixated on youth? How many times I heard that word this month? From Ibiki, my sister and other friends, and even from my aunt.
もったいないじゃない。社会に出たらもうこんな風にはできないわよ。だから今を目いっぱい楽しく生きなきゃ。違う?
That's what you think. By now I consider youth a luxury, something that can't be less relevant to me. That couldn't be less relevant to me. What I'd said back then hadn't been a lie. Those were my true unadulterated feelings. But
私、遠野くんみたいな人になりたいんです。だから、柄にもなく部なんて立ち上げたんですよ。
But
人は今しか、この瞬間にしか生きられないのよ。だからあんたは今を全力で青春すればいいの。
again, would be valid if he did not have his life situation to fucking worry about. But how many more buts is gonna fucking say?
You! お前も青春を楽しんでるな!
I'm not gonna say more buts.
ユウ、どうしたのよ。急に黙りこくっちゃって。
That's nothing.
変なの?
I'm a killjoy anyway.
そんなこと言ってないでしょ?
I'm sure you feel that way if you won't say it out loud.
どうしてそんなに卑屈なのよ。自分からひねくれようとしてるじゃないの。
Yeah, maybe. I knew how I could be, but it was long before I was surrounded by so many people.
そういう中二っぽい青春もあるけど。
Huh?
どうせなら明るく楽しく男の子と女の子で一緒に青春しましょう。
You really are pushy. Should probably be grateful. But I wasn't alone after all.
明日からまた学園か。
Feeling depressed. Nothing changed. The active would be dissolved this week. Not just the active, but the negative too.
楽しみよ。明日何があるかワクワクするわ。
Figured you'd say that. The bike we rode slowly rolled its way through the city. The sea breeze caressed our cheeks. I could hear the cry of cicadas, as well as cheerful laughter of my childhood friend. What's this all this about? We're totally youth enthusiasts. That reminds me, I should probably take another screenshot in case that no other CG pops up. I had lived my life in pursuit of work and studies. I had somehow managed to survive to reach this moment. I convinced myself that anything in my life that sparkled was dull to avoid staring. And yet here I was, fooling around with my friends. It's not so bad either. Didn't know when it had become so precious to me. I get the fucking message behind the game, but at the same time, I don't like the way the game is pushing it. Because again, yes, enjoy the time you've got, because the moment you become an adult, you're not gonna have that fucking time anymore. But at the same time, if he doesn't spend his time the way he does right now, he actively not only threatens his own livelihood, but his little sister's as well. Like, is his behavior healthy? No. Is it necessary? Kinda. Like, it feels way too forced, in my opinion. Like, yes, he needs... Something needs to change about the situation. But it feels like the issue isn't, oh, he's in a bad situation. It's just like, no, he lets himself be in this bad situation and doesn't enjoy youth. If you would enjoy youth, everyone, I think, would be fucking fine. No, it fucking wouldn't. He still have fucking money issues. And if he fucking drops out of the top 10 in this year, he's not gonna be able to fucking continue to afford his lifestyle. Like, thus far, it's all just been like, he's wrong for doing it the way he is. He should enjoy his youth without any solution for how he can change his situation so he can enjoy his youth. It feels way too forced. Am I the only one who thinks so? Like, that's probably, like, the main reason why I genuinely dislike Hibiki. Because she's, like, the epitome of how forced it feels. You know? Of course, his gait is blended with the sound of the bike being pedaled. Summer wasn't full blown, so enough the first term would be over. My youth would be. Kakenuke Seishun sparking.
学園長、よろしいでしょうか。
どうしたの？
それが、学園改革の件で少々ややこしいことに。先日からネット上にこのような書き込みが。
これ、生徒が書き込んでいるのかしら。
おそらくですが、半々といったところでしょう。在学中の生徒と、風見学園への入学を視野に入れている者が情報共有しているようです。
Yeah, it turns out fucking prospective students are also going to be turned down if, like, the big, like, appeal of the academy is being abolished. Like, here's the thing, if it's about saving money, you don't need to abolish the clubs. Just be like, okay, if your clubs are below a certain number of members, you just don't get a fucking... club fund. And other clubs that have enough members have priority when they give out club rooms. Like, that itself would already probably solve this issue slightly. Without, you know, getting rid of the main draw of the academy. I still feel so fucking bad for being like this. Someone in the comments has already pointed out that I've felt way more fucking grumpy ever since I played White Album. Like, I don't know what it is. Maybe I am. Am I just growing up to be an old grumpy man? Oh no. Oh no.
なるほどね。
Kazubi Academy sounds like a total blast. We should go here next year. Many of the impressions of the academy were positive, but she could see hilariously groundless posts among the
問題は39番目から6月27日以降の記事です。
これは間違いなく生徒の書き込みね。
Can't be serious about shutting down our clubs out of nowhere. Is the new headmaster a moron? Such posts were made on the same day the reformation policy was shared with students. There had been an influx of common sense.
何も知らない子供のざれ言ね。取るに足らないわ。
No, it is worth taking seriously because it's those children that are your students. If those children are not fucking content with the way your school is handled, they're just gonna go to a different school! Because that's how it works in Japan, apparently!
はい。生徒だけのものであれば、ですが。
どういうこと？
こちらをご覧ください。ボランティア部の廃部撤回を求める書き込みです。
When she followed the link, it loaded up a post related to Kazumi Nursery School.
放課後や休日に外部で活動した際の取材記事のようです。
Nagumi's eyebrows twitched as he read through the article.
外部からこのような声が上がりますと、少々厄介です。
The article went into detail of their activities at the nursery school, and even included quotes from the children themselves. What's more, Kazumi Academy uniforms were prominently displayed in the pictures included in the article.
特に今回の場合、場所が保育園です。地域とのつながりも考慮しますと、小さな記事とはいえ、黙殺はできません。
Is she finally noticing the fucking issue with her plans? No, we couldn't disregard the comments made by the nursery school staff either.
ボランティア部を廃部にしないでほしい。ね。やってくれるわね。あの子たち。
学園長？
何でもありません。例の件を早急に進めて。
ですが。
構いません。この程度どのようにでも対処できます。部の縮小と学園の方針転換はすでに決定事項。時期はこちらの判断で。そういう方策でしたね。
かしこまりました。では、そのように。
あくまで私に立ち向かうつもりなのね。
Okay, never mind. Now it's slowly but surely starting to feel like she is literally just doing these policies to pressure the main character. Like she saw the negatives, but is just doubling down. This shows that, she is a smart person. If she was actually bothering with trying to improve the school genuinely, she would see the issue and be, okay, we can amend this. Because clearly the way it's going right now is not going to have a positive impact in the grand scheme of things. But no, she's fucking doubling down. She's officially a bitch. Like, there is no doubt about it. She is just doing it to spite them now. And you know, doing something out of spite is okay. If you're the one having done something to you first. Like, someone's an ass to you, spite them back. But she is just being a bitch to the fucking clubs and all the students. Because, as far as we know, she's unhappy about the constant rejection from the main character about joining her family.
面白くなってきたわ。
遠野先輩、ひどいっすよ。
It was our first breakdown at the start of the week. First thing out of Peachy's mouth with a string of angry complaints when we happened to run into each other. It's got you so upset.
昨日皆さんでかざし行ったって聞いたっす。先輩、散々青春、俺には関係ねえって言っておきながら、ちゃっかり青春ボーイになってるっす。
Didn't go because I wanted to.
でもかざし行ったことには変わりないじゃないっすか。
I just fell for one of their schemes.
自分も行きたかったっす。
That's what you get for not sharing a contact info with anyone. Didn't even know what class she was in yet. From what I heard, they had every intention of inviting you. If you want to hang out with them, you need to share your Lin information. Oh, hey! Hey, that's my favorite lord. Just kidding. She is very good, but favorite lord? No. Good character, shit lord. Oh boy, yeah. Hector's our boy.
あー、やっぱそこっすか。
Usually scratch her cheek with the tip of her
考
finger.
えとくっす。
You're all girls, what are you on so on guard for? All got along so well in the club room. Don't understand what point there was in refusing to swap contact info.
青春カウントとの兼ね合いがあるんで。
And again, the biggest mystery of Ichi was the youth counter. It was a cryptic value that had been gradually decreasing ever since I met her.
一気に使うとあっという間にゼロになっちゃうんす。だから大事に使ってるんすよ。
We know that she's apparently from a rich family. Is it a case of, like, her family determining, okay, she's had enough fun now. You're going to leave the fucking school now, study with private tutors, and take over the fucking family company. Hopefully without any of the bullshit, here's your fiance dog shit type of fucking drama, which I fucking hate. Just curiosity, what happens when the counter reaches 0?
自分死ぬっす。
For real? Not sure what that sudden terminal diagnosis.
だったらかっこいいんすけどね。
Can't believe I bothered playing along. Might embarrass me.
真実は超かっこ悪いんで、秘密っす。
Yuji's smile was unusually strange.
当の先輩が知ったら、きっと自分を嫌いになるっす。だから教えないっすよ。
I can't even imagine what the reality is. It's very clear to me to have some extreme illusions of grandeur. Took 3 steps back, put distance between myself and the dangerous person.
先輩、ひでえっすよ。
Keep away, dangerous one.
自分のどこが危ないんすか？ちょっと先輩の背後から忍び寄って首と関節極めて匂い嗅いだだけっす。
Isn't that dangerous enough? When I really thought about it, this woman really was insane. Took another 3 steps back.
こうなったら意地でも当の先輩の匂いを嗅ぐっす。
Yuji slowly closed the distance between us. Do you hear how crazy you sound?
スメル、先輩スメル、思春期男子の息のいいスメル。
Yuji threw open her arms and gradually closed the distance between us. You're terrifying! That sent chills up my spine! Was she a zombie or something? Warning bell went off as if to stick a wedge between us. Time was up. That's enough for today.
そうっすね。
Yuji and I reverted to our usual selves.
先輩、いつも自分と遊んでくれて感謝っす。あざっす。
She bowed deeply to me. Why'd she seem like the sportsmanly type to me? It's not really anything you need to thank me for. I'm just telling you like anyone else.
自分にとってはそれが貴
Talk
重っ
to you
すから。
like anyone else. I don't know what's so precious about it, but you should hurry and get back to class. Got away from her and walked off, headed for the school building, but I didn't hear Hiji's footsteps. Stopped and turned around. She remained planted in place. She was smiling and waving to me.
当の先輩、
What is it?
当の先輩の守りたいものってなんすか？奨学金？アクティブ？それとも先輩もそろそろ腹をくくるときっすよ。先輩はもう走り出してるんすね。
I suddenly had a very, very worrying realization. What if she's related to his mom? Like fucking niece or something. That'd be awkward.
先輩の青春カウント動き出してるっす。
I haven't come down with any delusions of grandeur. Shadow returned, spinning around on my heel. Didn't hesitate and kept moving forward.
いただきまーす。ふんふん響、行儀悪いわよ。もっと落ち着いて食べなさい。
It was lunchtime. Everyone who hung out at Kazasi yesterday gathered together to
Oi.
eat.
お前んとこの文芸部どうなった？
やべえわ。賞とか取ったこともないし。
ゆく、手芸部は廃部なの？
うん。全員演劇部の裏方になるの。うちの満研は美術部と合併。漫画描かしてくれるかな。
Everyone was thought about the impending academy reformation. All the small-scale clubs without achievements would disappear. It made sense why most of the student body looked to be down in the dumps. They could no longer do the things they wanted to do.
新しい方針ですと、かなりの部が廃部になるみたいですね。
いろいろな部があった方が自由で面白いのによ。
そういう校風に惹かれて入学した生徒はかわいそうね。風見学園の個性がなくなっちゃうよ。私、絶対に今のままの方がいいと思う。
Needs to stop eating and acted with indignation.
なら、りっちゃんが進学園長を説得しに行ってみるとか。
私がなごみおばさんを？そういえば、りっちゃんは 新しい学院長のメイなんですね。
可愛いメイの頼みなら心変わりもあり得るんじゃないかしら。柊もそう思わない？
カイドウ先輩がそう言うなら。無理絶対無理。
わっ、びっくりした。
私がお願いしたって効果なんてありません。なごみおばさんは仕事には超クールなんだもん。
Apparently fucking not! That's how she's always been, even outside of work, she's emotionless. She's climbed the corporate ladder by catching her colleagues in spears and traps to knock them out of her way. She didn't pull any punches if there was something in it for her. That was the kind of person she was.
そんなに怖い人なんですか？
マジかよ。そんな人がこれから学園長やるのかよ。
Kashima and Shinji were rather irked. Regardless, I need to win against that woman. Save the place I belong, I have to fight her. Besides, also fight to protect where all of you are too. I've been thinking, not just yesterday, the day before that, even further back. The time I spent with you all, that wasn't half bad. Didn't want to lose this silly everyday life I had with everyone here. That's how I'd started to think.
何よ、素直に言いなさいよ。私と遊べて楽しかったんでしょ?
Yeah, but I've got to be honest when I say it wasn't an absolute loss when you first started dragging me around everywhere. You haven't changed since the old days. You're overbearing and selfish. And it was overwhelmingly fun for some reason.
So...
Having Kashima take me with her and volunteer for myself was an all-new experience. I'd always associated money with work, but it helped me realize there was more to it than that. Kashima, you expanded my world.
そうですか。
For all that to vanish, I don't want it. Perhaps came to the realization too late, especially when I was on the verge of losing everything. But part of me was convinced there was still time. Our youth wasn't over yet.
どうしたのよ、突然そんなこと言い出して。
I guess it's all you had an influence on me. You gave a guy like me a chance to enjoy the adolescence.
お兄ちゃんがついに青春に前向きに。
Little belated, but yeah.
遅くなんてないわ。私もユウもまだまだこれからじゃない。
Hey, so the reform is gonna start from tomorrow on instead of in a week. So, fuck you all.
それに遅れた分は今から取り戻せばいいだけの話よ。
I don't have anything to use as a microphone. I say. You know, the big fuck off microphone right in front of me that I'm gonna put away again because, Jesus Christ, it's dusty. Like, all it does at this point is catch dust. Because I'm too stupid to set it up. I've tried it, I've managed once, but fucking settings reverted. Which makes no fucking sense. Apparently every fucking video I've recorded with this thing sounded terrible. And that's why I haven't fucking used it ever since even since before I started using webcam. I'm pretty sure if you want to hear one series that I recorded with this one, Wagamama High Spec and the first video of Draco Riot. Only are positive. The straightforward nature changed me. I wasn't interested in living out my youth. But you'd drawn me in.
当たり前よ。下なんて向いてる時間がもったいないわ。時間は有限なの。私たちは迷わず前に進むべきなのよ。
たまには周りも見ないと転ぶわよ。
その時はその時よ。何が起こしてくれるでしょ。
もう仕方のない子ね、響は。
遠野くん、元気になって本当に良かったです。
So warning you, all of you, especially after taking on a leadership role.
謝らないでください。これは私たち全員の問題なんですから。そうね。アクティブとネガティブ、みんなで立ち向かうべきなのよ。そういうわけで、これから対策会議始めましょう。
We're in the middle of eating lunch.
話しながら食べればいいでしょ。
I was hoping for a nice chill lunch.
そうも言ってられないでしょ。
もうすぐ夏休みだもんね。1学期の間になごみおばさんに話だけでも聞いてもらわなきゃ。それだけじゃダメよ。改革案を見直すって約束させなきゃ。それくらいのつもりでいきましょう。ね、ユウ？
Yeah.
そうですよね。 マジックで師匠に勝つような方ですから。
No amount of preparation will be enough, so I hope I can count on you all for wisdom and guidance.
では、もう一度状況を整理するところから始めましょう。風見学園は弱小部の廃部と小学生制度の撤廃を提示しました。双方に通じる理由として予算減少を挙げています。私たち生徒が学園の予算についての案を出すのは少々非現実的かと思います。であれば、つくべきポイントは学生の権利でしょうか。部活動を行うこと、小学生として学園に利益をもたらすこと。このあたりのメリットを私たち側の視線で訴えかけるのが良いのではないでしょうか。
Quite frankly, that shouldn't be necessary because literally anyone should be able to see that getting rid of the scholarship is just going to be negative. Like, yes, it's going to save you money, but like, it's going to lower the base of the average so much because suddenly that's a massive incentive for studying gone.
それと、ネットを使うのも手だと思います。ネットの拡散力は今や口コミよりも大きく、速度も比べ物にならないほど速いです。風見学園の現状を広く伝え、世論に訴えかけてみてはどうでしょうか。なんでしょう、この空気は。
だってねえ。
はい。私、的外れなことを言ったのでしょうか。
No, your argument was so sound it gave me chills. And hey, you talked a ton.
しかもすっごい的確。さすがしおりちゃん、頭いいね。そうでしょうか。さすがアクティブで世界を狙える器ね。はあ、小日向先輩がそう言うなら。
What world is that?
ですが、柊さんの案も少しはい。噂の伝達が早いとはいえ、少々時間がかかります。
It'll be difficult to settle this quickly then.
そういうことです。
Not a bad idea to get lots of people on our side though. Especially if you garner enough support from those both inside and outside the academy. Maybe I will sway negotiations into a more positive direction. So the first thing we have to do is...
ご連絡いたします。これより2学期から学園長となる美咲先生の緊急放送を始めます。生徒の皆さん、ご清聴をお願いします。では、美咲先生、どうぞ。
There's an announcement. Classroom fell silent, turned their eyes to the speaker.
緊急放送ってわかりません。
I had a bad feeling about this, knowing that woman without she had anything good to
生徒
say.
の皆さん、お昼休みの貴重な時間にごめんなさい。
Save it for after then.
遠野、静かに。
皆さんにもすでにお伝えしてある風見学園の改革についてです。急なことで大変申し訳ないのですが、クラブ活動の廃部手続きは本日施行します。
What? Couldn't believe what I was hearing. The disbandment procedures would commence
つ
today.
まり本日の時点で条件を満たしていない部は廃部です。夏休み中に練習する部もありますし、早い方がいいと判断しました。廃部対象となっている部の部室は本日中に明け渡してください。
そんな急すぎです。あと1週間はあるって思ってたのに。
Hibiki's Kashima's face swiftly turned pale. Not just theirs, all of our friends. The majority of students here were astonished and filled with despair. That woman. What was she thinking? What was in it for her to drive her own students into a corner? She was screwing with us. Don't lead us by the nose for your own convenience. You think you can do whatever you want because you're older than us? So that it's okay to force us into submission? No, you're the same person as that woman and all of her relatives.
急な話に戸惑いもあるでしょう。不満のある生徒は学園長室にいらっしゃい。私とお話をしましょう。待っていますよ。
There was a noise picked up by the microphone following at the end of the announcement. went quiet and glared at the speaker.
こんなに急じゃ実績作ったり賞取ったりできっこないじゃん。
新しい学園長。最初から小さなところは切り捨てる気だったんじゃ。
ひどい。そんなのひどいよ。あんた、学園長に抗議してきなさいよ。
んなことできるかよ。内申点どうなるか分かってんのか。
The classroom was instantly consumed with negativity. Now the whole academy was likely in the same boat.
こんなのいくらなんでも応募よ。ナギ、私が学園長と話を。
Please wait, Kaido. Stood up and held Senpai back.
遠野、止めないで。
I will go. I'm the leader, right? Besides, you're a third year. You need to keep your academic standing in mind.
そうだけど、でも。
If I had to guess, that broadcast was a message to me from my aunt. She wanted me to come see her. Fine, bring it on. I'll take you up on your challenge.
お兄ちゃん。いや、でもあんた。
Hibiki and Ritsu, who knew firsthand what kind of relationship I had with my aunt, eyed me nervously. Don't worry. Just an adorable nephew going to visit his aunt. I cracked a deliberate joke.
俺も一緒に行くぞ。
Shinji?
心配すんな。話の邪魔はしない。ヤバそうだと思ったら止めに入るけどな。お前のこの間みたいな顔は、もう見たくないんだよ。
His tone was subdued yet clear. I could sense strong determination. Such a worrywart. Appreciated it, but I could now but tease him out of my own embarrassment.
私も行く。私もです。
Hey, you guys. If you defy the headmaster, it may reflect poorly on you.
それを言うなら、小学生のお前の方が問題だろ。
Here's the thing. Just rile up the entire school. She can't punish every student. Because if she punishes every student, that is going to fuck up the average, which is the exact thing that she's worried about. Like, the school's finance are directly tied to the average. So just rile up the entire school into an angry mob. She can't punish everyone.
そんなことより、妹は兄を優先します。私は、遠野くんの一番弟子ですから。
You're all idiots. I'm not willingly getting the raw end of this deal, right? Despite my protests, neither Ritsu nor Kashima made any move to sit down. They stared back at me with pursed lips.
私も行きます。
Idiot, that's not happening, Hiragi.
遠野先輩がそう言うなら、とは、今回は言いません。
You sure like pushing your own agenda in the most crucial moments.
決まりね。アクティブ、ネガティブ行動で、なごみさん、いえ、新学園長に講義に行きましょう。
Finally, Hibiki stood up and patted me on the shoulder. Hey now, Hibiki. What good will it do if everyone winds up suspended?
夏休みが増えていいじゃない。
How positive could you be? I didn't have Hibiki's strength. Her cheerfulness and vigor had once saved me, and a part of me admired her for it.
決まりね、遠野。全員で行くわよ。
Senpai, you're the one person you really shouldn't.
お前のためじゃないわ。響が心配なの。それに、このまま何もせずに卒業なんてしたら、一生悔いが残るわ。だから、一周回って私自身のためでもあるの。これならいいでしょ。
Quite the poor excuse. How did it come to this? Surely I was enough of a human sacrifice on my own. They were all determined to tag along, regardless. If that's how they felt, then there was only one thing left for me to do. With determination in my heart, I told them exactly what they needed to hear. I get it. Take responsibility for all of your youths.
皆さんチワッス。お揃いでどこに行くんすか？
We ran into Hijin on our way to the headmaster's office.
学園長室に討ち入りよ。おお、なんか面白そうっすね。では、しんがりは自分が務めるっす。
She added herself to the back of our ranks. Really are going to join in? Wouldn't recommend it if you wanted to avoid attracting the headmaster's attention.
自分そういうの気にしないんで。
You should.
今の塔の先輩、めっちゃ青春カウント使ってるっす。ついにスーパー塔の先輩に覚醒したんすね。ほら。いえ、自分、なんだかワクワクしてきたっす。
You're crazy. You got stuck taking responsibility for her youth too. Out there, so much on the line, I would protect their youths and my scholarship all in one. The cards in my hand were high cards, a non-scoring hand. Wasn't holding a trump card designed to immediately show off their efficacy and overturn the situation or anything of the sort. Worse yet, that woman had been the one to lure me in. I had no doubts that she was fully prepared, and I was walking into one of her traps. Thought made me shiver.
You.
Alright, let's go. How should I play this? Or should I fight? Honest to God, just like tell someone to just record the entire conversation. Because you can't use that, probably. What a fight. In fact, be a witch who could read people's minds. You opened the door without knocking.
待ってたわ、ゆうくん。
The headmaster flashed us her icy smile the moment we walked into the room.
やっぱり来てくれたわね。信じてたわよ。
What are you going on about? You were openly provoking us.
強引だったのは謝るわ。でもこうでもしないと。あなた、まともに私の話を聞かないでしょ？
I've heard what you have to say so many times. You want me to accept Misaki family's vast inheritance, correct? That woman, my mother, had come from a wealthy family, fortune amassed by my grandfather. He had passed away 3 years ago. The Misaki family has no male heirs, which is why my deceased grandfather designated me as the successor to his will, under the condition that I joined the Misaki family and changed my last name.
その通りよ。
In doing so, I would assume you, as my guardian, will take every last penny from me. This woman had no need for successors.
あら、そんなことは言ってないわ。
You don't have to, it's obvious. This woman was only kind on the surface. She wasn't going to trick me anymore.
今の、本当なんですか？なごみさん。
Boogie's eyes widened as she raised her voice.
さあ、どうかしら。
私、なごみさんだけはいい人だって信じてました。ひどい。最低。
別に響ちゃんにどう思われようと、私は一向に構わないわ。
My aunt, in stark contrast with the shock he began received, looked utterly unruffled.
なごみおばさん、どうしてそんな風になっちゃったんですか？昔はもっと優しかったのに。
Forget about how she used to be, Ritsu. She was only nice to us because she was after the inheritance money. Nagumi has been planning this from the start. Ritsu trembled. She didn't want to tell Ritsu the truth, but...
なんだか、すごい話になってるな。
Like, I'm still betting that in the end it's not actually gonna be that. And she just actually wants to, like, help him improve his life. But it's just going about it the completely fucking wrong way. Who knows?
想像もしていませんでした。学園の改革についてお話をしに来たはずなんですが。
当の兄弟と新学園長が親族なのは知っていたわ。でも、こんなに険悪な仲だったなんて。
No one was bewildered. That was unreasonable.
私は、ゆうくんと仲良くしたいって思ってるのよ。あら、怖い顔。
I've always had this face. Couldn't afford to let my adversary get to me before our fight. Honest to God, just like... don't even fucking insult her. Just completely coldly refer to her by last name. Like you would refer to someone that you are meeting for the first time for like a fucking business negotiation. This person is not a relative of yours. She's not a fucking... she's not a fucking... like acquaintance of yours. She's a fucking stranger, and no matter how much time she spends with you, she always will be. sent the message, you know. Like, that is a far better message than just openly getting emotional and shouting at her. Just completely treat her coldly. She is not worth the outburst. Remain on guard to avoid showing any sign of weakness.
そうそう。ゆうくんに一つ言っておかないといけないことがあるのよ。
What is it?
ゆうくんの話と学園の改革について。一般的には公表していない事実があるわ。
公表していない？
ゆうくんと私にとってプライベートなことだから。
What are you talking about?
今回の改革はね、通ろうが通る前がどっちでもいいの。果たすべき役割は果たし終わったのよ。
No, never mind. The entire Reformation was just to fucking taunt him then. Yeah, I don't care if they try to, like, oh, but you all did it for him. She's still a bitch because she dragged an entire school into this. Like, if it does turn out that she's just after the inheritance money, she's a mega bitch. If it doesn't turn out that she's after the inheritance money and she legitimately just wants to help him improve his life, she's still a bitch. What are you talking about?
私の弟子なのに察しが悪いわね。市の財源が減ったなんてのは嘘で。学園の改革は単に私がゆうくんにプレッシャーをかけるためにやったとしたら？
And that's why you should have recorded everything.
そんな理由で私たちの学園を？
私にとっては大きな理由。いいえ、大きな目的よ。
私利私欲のために部活動や小学生を巻き込んだってこと？
巻き込んだのなら他の生徒たちには申し訳ないと思ってるわ。でもね、こうも思ってるの。子供は大人の言うことには従いなさい。
ひどい。
She wore me down one day at a time to encourage me to accept the inheritance. She sacrificed others for the Misaki family's benefit.
何のために私が風見学園の学園長になったと思っているの？
Before me was trying to trample all over what my friends and the majority of students held dear. I'm not shocked you took things this far. Not only did you drag me into this, but everyone else as well. Don't let things go the way you want. My body nearly shook with rage. Calm down, she was provoking me. Anger clouds your judgment, dulling your thoughts and ability to reason. I suffered embarrassing defeat the other day, but I refused to make that same mistake twice.
あなたがどう思うとか関係ないのよ。
Again, they should have just, without telling him, decided one of us is going to record the entire conversation. Because, yes, it doesn't matter how he feels about it. What does matter is how the entire city feels about it once the fucking conversation is given to the press.
黙って美咲家の人間になって遺産を受け取りなさい。そうしたら今すぐにでも学園の改革は白紙として考えてあげてもいいわ。
そんなの卑怯よ。
Hibiki snarled at her in anger.
ユウを追い詰めるために生徒たちを人質みたいにして私のユウをいじめないで。私完全に頭にきたわよ。
Hibiki stopped. Now they're back when she tried to lurch at the headmaster.
感情的になっちゃダメよ、響ちゃん。冷静かつ沈着に。いかにして相手の心理を読み裏をかくか、それが社会という戦場で生き残る唯一の術なのよ。
She continued to instigate, despite telling us to remain calm. Wasn't sure what this persistent provocation was meant to accomplish, but if she genuinely wanted to take me to the Misaki family, then that made me personally a trump card. Not that I knew whether I had any utility for her apart from being someone to steal the inheritance from. Can't imagine those words coming from a credible educator.
それが大人になるってことなのよ。
I hate to break it to you, but I'm still a kid. I'm not about to agree with your logic.
あら、さっきも言ったじゃない。聞こえなかった？子供は大人の言うことには従いなさい。ゆうくん、あなたはリアリストでしょ？だったら分かってるはずよ。
It doesn't matter if they're fucking adults. If they're fucking stupid, I'm not gonna listen to them. It's not about about the young following the old. It's about following those that know what's fucking good, and she does not. After all, would she follow the boss that is blatantly suggesting a business plan that would give him large short-term wins when it comes to when it comes to his finances, but in the long run would completely fucking destroy the company? No, she fucking wouldn't. But according to her, she would still have to go along with it because he's the fucking older guy. That's essentially the argument. It's just the usual fucking respect your elders bullshit the Japanese have to fucking deal with. Where's the token American guy that I hear every fucking company has?
「あなたは私の提案を受け入れ、美咲家に入るべきなのよ。遺産を手に入れ、美咲家の男子としてふさわしい教養を手に入れなさい。あなたは地位と安定を手にし、私も欲しいものを手に入れる。よく考えなさい。自分の将来を。」
The headmaster turned to Kaido.
あなた、確か3年生よね。自分の将来を考えての行動なの？
考えてます。だから私、
お父様とお母様のことも考えたかしら。子供の将来はね、親の将来でもあるのよ。あなたたちのご両親はこの軽率な行動をどう思われるでしょうね。
それは
今なら見なかったことにしてあげるわ。あなたたちは教室に帰りなさい。
遠野先輩。
She proceeded to ramble on and on. It was hilarious for Nagami to call herself an educator while simultaneously threatening her students. Like I care.
遠野先輩の守りたいものって何すか？
え？
I don't know.
先輩もそろそろ腹をくくるときっすよ。
I mean, I will say, base main character, he just pulled out his phone. This is going to the press now! I don't have a clue about the future.
先輩の青春カウント動き出してるっす。
My precious friends were currently in trouble, and what was important to them was about to up and disappear. Now, what was on the verge of disappearing was... Don't put your hands on our youth! I yelled in a booming voice.
いつも冷静な遠野くんがあんな。
ちょっと遠野、お前私にさっき言ったことと違うじゃない。
あんた。
I understand what you meant, Ibiki. Now that I've gotten a good, long, hard look at a relatively shrewd woman who only thinks about her future gains.
私の言ったこと？
Did you forget what you said? If you did, then I'll say it here now. I took in a deep, shallow breath. You shouldn't worry about what's in the past or future. The past is over, gone, donezo. And the future is eternally out of reach. It can safely be ignored. People who can only live in the present in this very moment. That's why you should just enjoy your youth as hard as you can and in the here and now. Shouted so loudly it wore out my throat. The headmaster before me went wide-eyed. She was clearly surprised. Yeah, because like this thus far, he's been acting in character. Which, you know, is the predictable thing to do. Everyone's present lives are my responsibility. It isn't just between us anymore, which is why I refuse to back down.
そう。あくまでも私に歯向かうつもりなのね。
We glared at each other, our bare animosity spending sparks mutually flying. I repelled my aunt's pressure without resolve. This was a powder keg waiting to blow.
まあまあ、先輩も学園長さんも抑えて。
What the heck, Ijiri?
事情はよくわかんないっすけど、話が全然まとまりそうもないっすよ。いっそ何かで勝負して決めた方がいいのでは？
あなた、まさかね。
学園長さん、勝負ダメっすか？
その勝負に私のメリットはあるの？
I want the final trump card. If I lose, then I'll do everything you tell me. I'll become a member of the Misaki family or whatever else you want.
そんな遠野くん、お前何言ってるの？
いいわね。二言はなしよ。 私が負ければユウくんの要望を受け入れましょう。でも体力じゃさすがに男のユウくんにはかなわないわ。カードゲームオールドメイドでどう？ユウくん。
オールドメイドって。
トランプのババ抜きのことですよ。ジョーカーを含めたトランプ53枚で戦うゲームです。ペアになったカードは場に捨て、最後にジョーカーが残った方が負けです。
つまり運と心理戦ね。
まずいよ。なごみおばさんはお兄ちゃんの師匠だよ。私、お兄ちゃんがトランプでなごみおばさんに勝ったの見たことないもん。
先輩、どうします？
Fine, it'll be payback for anything you've done in the past. However, I'll have her shuffle and deal. I designated Hijiri.
いいわよ。カードはユウくんのを使いなさい。
Are you sure? That might give me the advantage.
その代わりユウくんから配ってもらうわ。
Meant I would have 27 cards and the headmaster would have 26 in her hand. Worst case scenario, the headmaster could win instantly. It wouldn't happen for me with an odd-numbered hand.
当の先輩、それでいいっすか？
Sure, I am here. Handed over all my cards over to Hijiri. She opened the case and took the cards out.
シャッフルしたっす。
Alright, deal starting from me.
ユウにペアがいっぱいできるように配ってよ。
無理っす。自分そんなテクないっす。
Usually dealt the cards back and forth between me and the headmaster with unpracticed hands. Watch him get like a bunch of fucking pairs and one singular joker or something. Just tosses them all down. Actually, that wouldn't work. Like probably all pairs except for 2 or something. Like if it's all pairs, she would also have all pairs, so it wouldn't work.
終わったっす。
勝負開始ですね。頑張ってユウ。
Headmaster and I reviewed our cards at the same time. We discarded pairs from our hands. I still had an ace, 3, 4, 7, 9, queen, and a joker left in my hand. Followed then that the headmaster had 6 cards in her hand.
やっぱり一発で上がりは無理だったわね。
I doubt that happens all too often. Neither of us was prepared for this match. This was pure mind reading psychological warfare.
あなたのジョーカー、私には透けて見えるわ。
That's a lie.
なら、証拠を見せましょうか。
The headmaster reached out to her hand. What? She drew the joker from my hand with zero hesitation. I had 6 cards and she had 7.
ほら、嘘じゃなかったでしょ？見えるのよ。あなたの心が手に取るように。ね。
Cold sweat ran down my spine. These were my cards. He usually shuffled them, dealt them. His woman hadn't touched these cards since our last card game. There was no possible way she could cheat.
驚いたかしら？
She could read me and my cards like an open book. I believed I had my guard up enough that she couldn't get a read on my emotion.
何をしているの？早く引きなさい。
No one held her hand straight out from me. I reached out and touched each of her cards one by one, gauged her reaction all the while. The shape of her eyebrows, the angle of her lips, how far she opened her eyes frantically, and I observed it all. Couldn't get any read on her. Not one of my attempts to shake her up had gotten through. I reluctantly left it in Fate's hands and drew the center card, 7. With relief, I discarded a pair of 7s from my hand. That left me with 5 cards and my aunts with 6.
よかったわね。運のいい子。
And you're being annoying.
なあ、ユウは勝ってるんだよな。
手札の数では、そうね。
2人でやるババ抜きに手札の数はあまり関係ありません。心理戦で勝利した方の勝ちです。遠野先輩、いつもに比べて焦っているように見えます。お兄ちゃん、落ち着いて。ポーカーフェイス。
That's the issue. He does not have a good enough poker face to fucking trick her. So, quite frankly, all he should do is he grabs a card, checks if it's a pair, puts down the pair, shuffle cards, and not even look at him. She can't tell what card it is because she cannot fucking gauge his reaction.
ユウ、頑張って。負けちゃダメよ。
ゆうくん、いつの間にかこんなにも友達ができたのね。おばさん嬉しいわ。
Acting like a guardian this late in the game? Suppressed my irritation considerably. Almost done for it. I let my emotions take over. Now, might that please draw? It is your turn.
はいはい。
Aunt readily took my 4. Then she discarded a pair of 4s from her hand. I had 4 cards and she had 5. So as I didn't draw the Joker, I win. The odds were 1 in 5. I reached out again and watched my aunt for any sort of reaction.
だよ。あなたには私の心は読めないわ。
Please be quiet. The match continued. This is the final stage. Made a lethal mistake. I had 2 cards in my hand, an ace and the Joker. I had finally drawn the Joker. My aunt had 1 card in her hand. It was her turn next. She drew the ace, I lost.
さて、どっちかしらね。
My aunt wagged her fingers between the 2 hands with a smile on her face. Damn it. Couldn't read my aunt's mind, and yet she could read mine. Though we were competing, it was all like I had all of my cards out in the open. I had to do something or I would lose.
ゆう、お願い。勝って。
Sammy Biggie prayed quietly to herself. I had to get my aunt to take the Joker somehow. This once would be enough. Did I have no way to deceive her? A lie my aunt wouldn't see through. A lie. The keyword jogged my memory.
嘘つかないで。
I'm not lying.
あんた、嘘ついてるときは、もちろんっていう癖あるの知ってるんだけど。
え？
Headmaster's waggling fingers stopped. I had pushed one of the 2 cards in my hand upward, almost as if to say, please take this card.
こっちがゆうくんのおすすめなの？
Of course it is.
もちろん。ね。
I was right, my aunt had noticed my recurring phrase. And if so,
バカな子ね。がっかりよ。私はそんなフェイクに引っかかりは。
my aunt promptly took the card I'd held out. The Joker had fallen into my aunt's possession. All I had left in my hand was an ace. Her expression wavered for the first time during our match, and she looked rather displeased. You assumed I wouldn't make use of one of my catchphrases to lay a trap. Came to that conclusion because you believed I'm not a complete idiot. Thank you for thinking highly of me. I wiped the sweat from my forehead again.
今のは確かにやられたわ。でも、私には同じ手は通用しないわよ。
Yeah, I agree with you. Which is why...
え？
I immediately reached out and pulled the right card casually out of my aunt's hand. And then, let's end up with this. Discarded the 2 aces onto the table.
You!
Man was empty. The Joker was left in my aunt's hand. It was the moment my victory was set in stone.
やったー、ユウが勝った。さすがトーナくんです。
Hibiki and Kashima clung to me.
トーノ、見事だったわ。お兄ちゃん最高。
ユウ、かっこいいぞこの野郎。
トーノ先輩にいいねを進呈します。
All my other friends followed suit and clamored around me. Among them, only my aunt kept a calm face and gazed at her hand.
このジョーカーの端、少しふやけてるわ。汗ね。
Set it up that way. When I had only 2 hands left.
最初から狙ってたの？
Not a chance. Came up with it at the very last second before I drew the Joker.
なるほど。だから顔に出なかったのね。
My aunt let out a sigh and leaned back into her seat.
たくましくなったわね、ゆうくん。あの状況で、ちゃんと次の罠も仕込んでいたなんて。
Taking advantage of the situation, no matter when or how, was something you taught me.
そうだったかしらね。
Feigned ignorance. There was no way this woman had forgotten.
とにかく、勝負はついたわね。
You won't go back on your word, I assume?
見損なわないで。そんな無様なことはしないわ。
I left this running just to be safe now. Took my phone out of my pocket. It was warm to the touch since I left the app running this whole time.
録音してたの？
He did record her! Anticipated this being drawn out. If proved necessary, if it proved necessary, I considered dragging the entire academy into this to do some online trolling as well. Would have been fine with that as long as we avoided having the Reformation implemented today at the very least. We wouldn't lose if we could get public sentiment on our side. In the worst case scenario, it gave the clubs and scholarship students a fighting chance, as I assumed.
まったく可愛げがないわね。
Do not want to hear that from you.
そういうところが可愛くないのよ。知らない間に大人になったのね。
Yes, I got to have all kinds of experience because of it.
ゆうくんを説得するのは別の機会にするわ。
So you haven't given up?
ええ、もちろん。ただ勝負に負けたことは事実よ。よって学園の改革計画は凍結。
Regarding disbandment of schools and scholarship program, I'd assume the same could be said for those 2 points as well.
ええ、そうよ。
I'm relieved to hear that. Stood up from my seat. I sat back, everyone, I'm totally wiped. Turned away from my aunt. There's no reason to be here any longer.
アクティブ存続決定。めでたいですね。ボランティア部もですよ。兄、万歳。
親友万歳。
失礼します。
どうしたの？あなたももう行きなさい。
学園長さん、あざっす。
え？
ジョーカーの仕込み、学園長さんなら絶対気づいてたと思うっす。わざと負けてくれたんすよね。
どうかしら。それにしても美咲家はあの子にとことん嫌われたものね。遺産を受け取れば全て元通りって破格の条件だったのに。
人の心はわからないものっすよ。
そうね。カードは読めてもあの子の心は読めなかったわ。ところであなた名前は？
山田花子っす。
偽名はやめなさい。
失礼するっす。
Yeah, she does not attend to school.
あの子キッカ？
Nope, yep, she knows her. Something's going on. Something's fucky.
みんなすっごい喜んでたわね。
Oh my god, I just realized that. What would be worse if Kikka was the surprise fucking the surprise second incest route? That'd be terrible. No, this feels like a good place to end it. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm gonna at least get this scene out of the way.
いいことをした後なんで自分超気持ちいいっす。
All you did was deal the cards. When school ended, the suspension of the Academy for Reformation plan was publicly announced. Most of the students cheered with joy. The act of negative had survived. Beats and I could keep being scholarship students. Everything was back to normal.
全部遠野くんのおかげですよ。遠野先輩、感謝です。
I told you, I just did it for my own benefit. Don't look me in the eye and thank me. Otherwise I wouldn't know what to say.
さっきと言ってること違うじゃない。
What was that?
私たちの場所を守ってくれるって言ったでしょ。
I was immensely embarrassed at this point.
お兄ちゃん、照れてる照れてる。
I'm not blushing, alright, Pete. What?
遠野、ユッピーはもういいわよ。
これで平和な日々が戻ったぜ。
じゃあ元に戻ったってことで、ユウ、アクティブで青春よ。違います。遠野くんはボランティア部で青春です。
Vicky grabbed my right arm while Kashima grabbed my left and each pulled me towards their respective club rooms. They wanted to fight over me. Didn't think we needed to go back to that level of normalcy. What was I gonna do with these two? I get it. Not that I've caused you both a lot of trouble this time around, so I'll go ahead and join.
マジで？本当ですか？
Vicky and Kashima jumped in delight. However, I have a condition. I don't want either of you to fight, and you have to get along with each other. To make that happen, I'll have you both make a change. I'll add a single form. It was an application to form a new club. The new its name was the Youth Club. Everyone tilted their heads in unison. I'll be joining this club today as well as everyone else here. Wouldn't abandon a single friend, wouldn't become that kind of adult. This was my solution to make that into a reality.
でもユウ、青春部って意味がわからないんですけど。
I've thought this for a long time now.
考えてたって何を？
Both of you, tell me your club's policy.
アクティブはみんなで楽しく遊んで青春すること。私たちは困ってる人を助け、共に素晴らしい青春を送ることです。
Exactly. It's what those two clubs have in common. It's youth, which gives us the youth collective. That's all it can be.
強引だな。
お兄ちゃん、青春に目覚めて脳が熱暴走？
Everyone was astonished. It worked, didn't it? As long as we were all together.
まあ、トーノの言いたいことは分かったわ。でも、青春部って一体何をするの？
はい、そこが大きな疑問です。
Beats me, ask club president. I said nonchalantly.
は？部長って？トーノくんが部長じゃないんですか？
Read the form carefully. Everyone looked closely at the application form. There it said, members Nagiko Kaido, Shiori Hiraki, Ritsu Tono, Shinji Kagurazaka, Vice President Hibiki Kohinata Ririkashima, President Kikka Hijiri. Man, he didn't list his own fucking name! He didn't list his own name!
なんで自分が部長になってるんすか？
Hijiri bent backwards and shouted where she stood. That would be hard feelings if it were a member of the active or negative. You're the only one left for the job. Good luck, President. I patted Hijiri on the shoulder and gave her a friendly smile. My nice guy smile.
爽やかに笑ってもごまかされないっす。だいたいトーノ先輩の名前が載ってないっす。
Told you, read closely. Look, it's here. I pointed to the bottom of the form. There, it stated in minuscule letters, Ghost Member, Yutono. On that note, I'll leave the rest to you! I sensed danger and took off down the hallway.
トーノくん、許しませんよ。こらー、ユー。
Everyone chased me in a rage. The man has gone insane. As I laughed out loud, as I laughed out loud as I ran, this is my youth! A question. What does youth mean to you? Apparently to him it means being a massive fucking troll. Did we just get the end of Common Round? Feels like the end of Common Round. An opening. Oh, 3D there. Oh, nice card design, actually. Is everyone just gonna be an ace? No, she was joking. King first. So probably he was queen then. But those two don't get cards. You did not need to get such a close-up of the feet. That was unnecessary. Not something we needed. I think you could like pinpoint the second my fucking neurons activate there. Also, I should probably look away considering there's CGs I should not be seeing here. By which I mean I shouldn't even look at the fucking camera of the goddamn OBS. That does not help. Play the opening. Does that mean when I go to save, it's gonna have like not the C anymore? Nope, still has the same. So we're still on common. Oh boy, that was all the common. That was all the opening. Jesus Christ. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. See you next time. Bye bye.